Hey y'all, it's Lexi Botani, and it's time to travel down the rabbit hole with me and talk about this week's 7-day moon forecast. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start off with October 21st. Today the illumination is set at 29%, and we have 2 days left within the waxing crescent energy. So right now, you need to use these last 2 days to work on your new projects and ideas that you started in the new moon. And the frequency for today would be intent. So a little tidbit about intent here. Intentions is basically what your deepest desires are, what you truly really want or need. Now you can set an intention, but if you don't really believe in the intention, then it ain't gonna come true. That's why I said it's your deepest desire, it's your deepest thing that resides within you. That's one key point to manifestation that a lot of people forget. They put all their intents out, but they don't even really believe their intent. You know, that's like a twofold type of deal. But yeah, anyways, the moon is in transit from Sagittarius to Capricorn. Sagittarius people are a mutable sign, so they're kind of flexible, you know, within their reality, what the hell they got going on. They're a fire sign, so they're very, they have a spunky, take no bullshit, ain't got time for the bullshit type of mentality. Don't mind me. I was just making sure I got the right cream. But yeah, like I said, Sagittarius, they don't take no bullshit. Since they are a mutable sign, their energy is very free-spirited. Like, they're just like, whatever. Well, I would say whatever, but they're kind of just like, you know, whatever goes, goes. Then they have that fire energy that kind of just punks a power pack. Pew 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 pew. Is that's what it acts. But just keep in mind that they are responsible people. Right, yeah, they are responsible people. Even though they're mutable, which means they can be ever changing and all over the place. But just keep in mind that as we shift towards, since we're in the shifting energies, we're shifting to Capricorn. Capricorns are very stern, stable, wealthy, and disciplined people. So they really just go and get the shit done. They're go-getters. So we're shifting from a very responsible, free, you know, energy to very just like, all right, like, let's boom, 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 boom. Now, you may be wondering how you're going to accomplish any of your new set goals and intentions. That's where Capricorn comes into play, because Capricorn is going to really instill in you to really get okay, this is not squeezing out. Get your shit in order, shit. And Capricorns are known for making the impossible possible. So you're wondering that? Well, that's what the Capricorns are there for. Why do you think they're called the GOAT? Because the motherfuckers are literally the GOAT. Okay. But like I said, since the intentions, when I mentioned what intentions mean is your deepest desire, Capricorns are going to force you to take that action behind what you want. You said you wanted $1 million. Well, what are you going to do to get that $1 million? So Capricorn are very logical and realistic people. They're just not like, hey, let's, you know, go get it. I want $1 million, but they don't have no plan to get $1 million. They're just like, whatever. The Capricorns are not known for that. They're going to have a plan and they're going to execute it. So that you're going to start, today is going to be the day where you're going to start formulating plans in order to accomplish what you want. And don't look at your intentions as, or your ideas or whatever, as a Christmas list. Like, I want this, I want that, and I want a reindeer and a pony. And it's like, okay, look, this is great. Not saying you can't get a pony. Not saying you can't get a unicorn. But how are you going to get that? That's all Capricorn is gonna remind you. Let's be realistic, motherfucker. How are we gonna get what you want? I want to get what you want, but we got to think about what was really most important. You also feel the need to rise to the occasion, since Capricorn are people that's gonna show up and show out every motherfucking time. So if something doesn't really work out today, just don't see it as a failure. Don't see it as a bad thing. Just see it as a lesson learned, and then just move forward and dust your shoulders off, like Aaliyah said. But this is the part in the moon cycle that you release what you want and need to the universe. So if you're running into, or you've already ran into some hiccups within your little devious little plan, let it go. Don't harbor on it. Don't focus on it too much. Don't be like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Like, just be like, all right, that didn't work. I need to move on to the next thing. This is the part in the moon cycle where you're going to also release what you need and want. That's going to be able to help you manifest, get to your next destination point. You're going to release that into the universe. Like, you can't be in the process of manifesting things and you don't let it go. In layman terms, say for instance, you're writing a letter to your lover back home, right? And you write the letter, you put the stamp on it, you sign it, all the stuff to get a letter delivered, right? But you don't put it in the mailbox. How you gonna get the letter to your lover and let the lover know that you love them dearly, ayaze blase, and X, Y, and Z, you miss them so much, I need $1 million from you? How they gonna know that if you don't ever send a letter off? So it's the same thing. Like, you have to be willing to just know, first send the letter off and know that it's gonna get to your lover, or whoever you send it to is gonna get there immediately and swiftly. You can't have this feeling that it's not, because if you do, then you run into a likelihood of it not happening. It's a really, when you're doing these so-called spiritual things, it's really a mind thing. It's really just tapping in and just being like, okay, well, it's within my capabilities, it's within my reach, it's within my manipulation of what's around me, my manipulation of energy. So yeah, for my spiritual people, today would be a wonderful time to do a prosperity ritual. Capricorn is a very stable and grounded energy. So if you want something successful, and really work and continue to be successful, you want to do it in an earth sign energy. The ingredients, if you're not familiar of what planetary hours are, is basically the 7 planets, Mars, Sun, Moon, Jupiter, Venus, Mercury, and Saturn. If I'm missing a planet, excuse me. But and it rules days of the weeks, like planetary days, and then hours of the day. And it doesn't necessarily mean like a full 60 hours. It can be like 40 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour and 20 minutes. It's just, it really depends on how it was calculated that day. if you want to tap into that and want to really use the planetary hours and the planetary days, because it would really add a much firmer foundation to your workings, I will definitely link a planetary calculator, which will explain the breakdowns of it and then like show you based on your location what the hours are of that particular day. But like I mentioned earlier, I needed some more concealer and I didn't put nothing on my damn brush. But yes, today is Wednesday. The ruling planet of Wednesday is Mercury. So yeah, just a little tidbit. But moving on to the next, before we move on, avoid procrastination. This is the time that you really want to put in that work for whatever the hell you want. So you need to not be bullshitting. Capricorn is not about bullshit, so avoid bullshit. Tell me, gotta listen. And yeah, totally. I gotta do my eyebrows off camera. Excuse me, guys. October 22nd. Today the illumination is set at 39%. Today is the last day dealing with the waxing crescent energy. So today the focus would be towards reflections, towards your manifestations. And I will explain that in just a tad bit. So the moon is precisely in Capricorn. And as mentioned yesterday, Capricorns are notoriously known for handling business and not bullshit. Like, I cannot, like, literally stress that enough. Like, they really get shit done. Like, they some go-getters. They're the goat. Like, literally. Why do you think you see goats on the side of the asphalt licking, or not the asphalt, the side of a mountain licking shit? Because they gonna make the impossible possible. So you can't give them no excuse. There are people that really don't take they don't really take excuses. They're not people getting your ducks in a row. Like, really, this is the time the mother hen needs to really be thinking about how she gonna get Harry, Larry, and little Baba across the street. And you need to think fast, because it's about to thunderstorm. And you're gonna see why I'm saying it's about to thunderstorm in a little bit. So even though Capricorns are not ones to believe in the whimsical side of things, today is extremely important to trust your intuition. Yeah, Capricorns are very like, let's deal with the facts. Let's deal with what's in front of us and not what's not here, because you know, I can't worry about what's happening in Alaska and we in, you know, Kansas, baby. We in Kansas. We're in, I don't know why I be trying to look in that damn camera like I can really see what the hell I'm doing. We're in Kansas, okay? So, and the reason why you need to entrust your intuition, not intentions. You do need to entrust your intentions, but your intuition, because to help you make decisions. Because Capricorns are decision makers. Capricorns are cardinal energies. So cardinal energy, or cardinal people are initiators, starters. They open the road. They see the vision. They make the path. So in order to be a starter, initiator, first person doing some shit, they gotta make a decision. They the first one to be like, boom, this what we gonna do. Okay? So that's the energy that you really wanna embody, not just tap into. You wanna tap in, because I'm not finna hit my camera. Tap. You're gonna tap in. But once you tap in, once you jump down that little wormhole, you're going to embody, you're going to embrace it, you're going to suck it in. I don't give a damn if you're not a Capricorn. If Capricorn is your evil twin, you're going to learn how to appreciate this energy today, because, you know, everybody like to say what signs they hate, what signs are horrible. This sign cheated on me and screwed my mama. But you have to understand these qualities, these characteristics of these signs and how they can help you in your life. Because if you're into astrology, or you looked at your birth chart, your natal chart, and you're just like, okay, I have all these signs in me, how does this affect me? Well, I'm not an astrologist by the slightest, but learning how the signs and the planets work and how they coincide with each other will help you better understand yourself. So as I go through these days and talk about these signs, this will be a good time to look at your birth chart. Yep, go look at your birth chart and see how each day affects you in relations to if you have that particular sign in your chart. If you don't, then this is a good way for you to really tap into the energy. But I'll be back after these brief messages. Tarot card that represents the Capricorn, the illustrious Capricorns, is the devil. Now, don't scream, run away, or turn this video off, because the devil means many things within tarot. But the reason why I say it represents the goat is because, first let me take a sip. Because the devil deals with the shadow aspect of yourself. And if you're not familiar with shadow work is basically dealing with the darker aspects of your personality, of your soul, of your aura. And it doesn't mean like in a negative sense, like you're evil, but it just deals with the energy that you kind of abandon, the issues that, like your traumas, your fears, things that kind of hold you back. So that's like your shadowy aspect. So the Capricorn, they have a tendency are able to see that side of themselves. I don't know why I put my mirror down, but yeah, they're able to see that aspect of themselves and really just work out those kinks and just be like, you know what? Well, maybe I wouldn't say work out those kinks, but they're able to just really they're comfortable in their shadow. They don't fight it. They're not abandoning it. They're not, sorry, my cat is literally just snooping around like he's never been in this area before. But they're just very comfortable in that energy. So since Capricorns and the Devil card are in a relationship together, this is the perfect time to do any type of shadow work. Anything dealing with, like I said, with traumas, any of your fears, any of your setbacks, any roadblocks, anything that prevents you from manifesting, that prevents you from building up your chi. I don't know if I mentioned chi earlier, but your chi is essentially your life force energy, your prana, your soul. So yeah, you definitely need to, I'm just trying to remember what I need to do next. Oh, maybe okay. Yeah. So yeah, like you don't want that buildup of gunk within your system, and you're in the process of trying to materialize from the cosmos, from the universe, from the astral world, or where the hell you tapping into. You don't want that to be a blockage. You don't want that, because it's gonna be not impossible. You'll still be able to manifest, but it's not gonna be exactly what you want. It's not even gonna be, it may not even come, because time is relative. Time really don't exist, but sometimes you can do time magic and shit kind of, works out in your favor. But it's just not gonna work out, and you're gonna be highly upset, and then you're just gonna be like, what the fuck? You don't want that. So this is the time. Today is the day to tap in to yourself and really take a look at yourself and be like, what are some of my issues? What is really, setting me back from getting from point A to point B? And also, for my people who are procrastinators and didn't wet their beauty blender sponge, we finna fix that. We finna just say it. Yep. I'll clean that up later. Anyways, so today, also, while you're working on your shadow work, while you're working on your intentions, or, you know, tapping in on it, you really need to start formulating a plan, a routine on how you gonna accomplish the day. Because not even the day, but like the week, the month, because you need to develop some type of system. And, you know, Capricorn, since they're an earth sign, they're very like, they can be methodical people. They can. And they can, and the reason why I say that, because if they're going to get shit done and they're known for getting it done, they have to have some form of guideline or guidebook or something that's going to guide them in a way. And it doesn't have to be like extensive list. It can just be something simple as like, okay, today I need to get my coffee, eat my breakfast, do my homework. It can be something like, it's as long as something that a checklist to keep you in check during this moon cycle. Because I really want to help you get things knocked off your list. You want to look back and be like, okay, I was following this moon schedule, moon regimen, you know, tapping into this energy. And I look back 3 months down the road and I see how far I've come. I see all my manifestations and the things that I asked for and the things that I work on, they have come to pass, you know? This ain't really about it's not about me. It's about you getting where you want to be. That's the whole point of Lexi Botani, is to help you bring the spiritual world around you into a practical way. Because let's be realistic. I mean, of course, everybody wants to see a ghost and fly in their dreams and do all this cool shit. But you also have to get the normal, everyday, mundane shit taken care of. You know, you want to see how you can incorporate this spiritual stuff into your life. And this is one way. Spirituality is very easy. It can be very complicated, but you kind of got to get the basics down before you even tackle the complex shit. And once you get to the complex shit, it won't be such a task to handle. But enough of my rambles. I think I got enough foundation, to be honest, because I don't want to look like a moon pie. I feel like last time I looked like a moon pie. And this time, I want to look like a pound cake. A 60 pound cake.
12 seconds later.
For my spiritual peeps, today would be a wonderful day to do a success ritual. A success ritual will encompass anything that you just want to extra punch to, that you just need to work. So success. And the reason why is because we're in Capricorn energy. It's grounded, so you'll have a solid foundation, a solid start to it. And ingredients for it would be lemon balm, cinnamon, and blockbuster oil. Yeah, the affirmation for today on Thursday, for October 22nd, is definitely, I release my struggle with life. Moving forward, we're moving on to October 23rd. Today, the illumination is set at 50%. We have entered into the first quarter phase of the moon cycle. The first quarter is a time for challenges, action, traction, obstacles, and decisions. The focus for today would be proactive. So you see why I was really like being crazy about working on your shadow work, you know, really getting rid of anything that will prevent you from being a fabulous person. But no, prevent you from getting your, you know, shit done and getting your manifestations to the point. Because when the full moon comes, you know, that's the end of the moon cycle. That's it. Then you got to start over on the new moon. So this is the part where you're going to start running into hiccups, issues, things that didn't work out, didn't pan out, stuff that's just not coming together, hardships. This is This is where the storm is coming. It's thunderstorming. It's raining. And you want to know what the fuck. And it may not even be that bad. You know, it just really depends. But you're going to see some kickback. You're going to see some kickbacks today. So that's why I was really just like, hey guys, look, it's time to get y'all shit together. Should tap into the Capricorn energy and been about your shit. We would be in this situation one way. Moving on. The moon is in transit from Capricorn to Aquarius, and Aquarius people are a fixed sign. But they are air energy, so they're fixed, but they just, you know, flowing about whichever good direction is best for them. Now we have shifted from the waxing crescent energy to the first quarter. And like I said, this is where you're going to experience issues or blockages within your goals that you set during the new moon. And don't take this as something negative. Sorry, I gotta remember what I was doing because I don't remember what I was doing. Oh yeah, don't take this as something negative. It's just basically telling you, hey, this is the point where this is what's going on. This is the time while you can to correct the issues at hand. You know, this is the perfect time to do that, to do that. Now, but we're in a shifting phase, so we're leaving that, you know, stable, loving, goat-like energy, and moving into more of a free-spirited energy. And the Aquarius people really kind of show you how to formulate your plan and how to just go about it, and which direction to take. But Aquarius people are fearless and on the go, like the wind, because they're earth signs. So they just kind of just flow with whatever, you know, gets them to where they need to be. I'm going to try this as my under eye. Yeah, Aquarius people are fearless and on the go, and they're here 1 minute and going the next. So the only tip that I have for you guys today is to really pay attention to what is kind of just not working out for you and kind of see why it's not working out for you and jot that down, because the energy coming up next will help you tackle it, because we got to fix that. And you want to avoid being out of touch with reality, because they are on the go and they're kind of here 1 minute, gone the next. I hate to say it for my Aquarius people, but y'all a little wish-washy. Y'all really embody y'all element, which is air, because y'all be doing entirely too much sometimes, just blowing shit all over the goddamn place. But this is not a rant. This is just to let y'all know. Tell y'all about yourselves a little bit. But yeah, just avoid kind of just being everywhere and nowhere at the same time. Because we getting tired of y'all antics. We really are. But that energy will be useful because this will help you. This is the point in the moon phase where you really need to shift gears and shift your perspective on how to tackle your issues. And that's pretty much all I have for October 23rd. And we're gonna move on to October 24th. The illumination is at 70%. So we are going to be seeing more of the moon. We're gonna be seeing a little bit more of the moon, because we're heading into the full moon. Like I mentioned in my last video last week, We are heading into a blue full moon. This only happens, if I'm correct, either every year or every other year. I want to say it's every year, but basically, the reason why everybody's like blue moon, blue moon, blue moon, because this is the second moon in the month of October. That is a big thing. So this gives you a second opportunity to get your shit. I mean, this is like an extra manifestation opportunity for us. So definitely this is why it's like, this is why y'all really just need to really think about what the flood flat y'all want. You know, you really need to tap in. And this is not to say if you miss this opportunity, there will be many more just a year from now. But I do know the blue full moon being Taurus, so I like full moons and new moons in the earth signs because it's such a stable energy. It's like not all over the place. You're gonna feel very comfortable with that energy. But back to this week's, I'm forecasted a little too far out, guys, for you. But October 24th, like I said, the illumination is at 70%, and we're moving into the waxing gibbous phase of the moon cycle. And give me one brief moment. I can't see, and I gotta put this on. So in the waxing gibbous phase of the moon cycle, so we switched over. And then this phase, it brings up the issues. I won't call them issues, but it brings up patience, refinement, nurture, development, gain, and attainment. So the focus that we want to have today would be towards progress, because we're in the cycle where things are moving along. And yeah, so the moon is precisely in Aquarius energy. Like I mentioned before, Aquarius people are, what are they? Fixed. They're fixed air. So yesterday, you kind of really, this is the point where everything just went haywire, or what a lot of people like to call that, understand that energy of the moon is a personal crisis. You had a personal crisis moment. It's just like, what the fuck? Everybody needs to stop what you're doing, and let's understand what. But you're gonna see your intentions pop up now. But anyways, personal crisis, blase. So the card that's represented under Aquarius is Wheel of Fortune. Reason why? Because they really have the world at their fingertips. They can go in any direction. They're air. They can be north, south, east, west, southeast, northeast, southeast, southwest. Can be north, south. Wait, I think you can. You can be north, south. I don't know. But they can be anywhere, anytime. They can go in any direction. They have many possibilities. Their opportunities are endless. So you kind of want to tap into that energy of being like, okay, things went to shit, but what is the next step in my plan? What is the next go-to? What can I do to fix this shit? So utilize that free thinking, utilize that open-minded energy that Aquarius have, because since they're wind, they're just kind of really just be like, all right, this is not working out for me, and I'm just gonna move on to the next thing in my life, and that would be best for me. And what's best for me is not being here. So really tap into that energy. I really need to invest in context. I'm tired of switching between blind and seeing things. But yeah, utilize that free thinking, that open-mindedness energy to solve any problems, any persistent problems that keep showing up, or that showed up yesterday. And another thing, think outside the box. Aquarius will introduce you to looking at things and seeing things from a different perspective. And that's imperative if you really serious about accomplishing what you want to do. So you gotta, before with Capricorn, you were in a box. Capricorn ruling planet is Saturn. And Saturn kind of deals with constrictions and restrictions and just structure, just boom, 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 boom. Now with Aquarius, you're really tapping into like, okay, I don't have to think in this very parallel, straightforward way. I can really just be like, okay, maybe I can do this. So really tap into that thinking outside the box. Really, what's the next direction? Get out, yeah. Because if you don't, you ain't gonna get your goals. So with my eye, but in this part of the moon cycle, you're starting to realize, okay, everything doesn't go according to plan. It goes divinely as it should. When you start planning your life in accordance to the cosmos and the universe, however you want to see it, you start to realize that shit ain't pitch perfect. It's not. It's chaos. It's chaotic. The universe is purely chaotic. But in that chaos, beautiful things form. And sometimes that beautiful thing is it comes from, all over the place energy. But just take it as a lesson. Take it as a lesson. And I don't think these are the colors. Maybe these are the colors I want to work with. All right, so like I mentioned, this is just the point where you're just gonna be learning lessons. Life ain't nothing but lessons. Don't take losses. Stop thinking in the form like you're losing something. Like, just stop thinking in a negative way. Take that energy and alchemize it. Transform it. Transmute it. So something negative happens, see the positive light in it. It's not trying to be like, oh, rainbows and butterflies. It's just taking it and making it into something else. If you want to be an alchemist, if you want to be an occultist, if you want to be the best spiritual motherfucker out there, you really have to take the energy that's within you, around you, and transmute it. That's all you gotta do. It's simple. It's science. That's all it is. But moving forward, this is the time to rework anything that is not fitting your agenda. So you just realize, you know what? Okay, maybe what I really want is a lot of money and not $1 million. Like, I want $1 million, but right now I'm not gonna get $1 million and I work at McDonald's. But like Jay-Z said, if you can't buy the building, stock the shelves till you can. Sure, just keep working. Okay, you work at McDonald's. Okay. That doesn't mean you less than nothing. I used to work at, my first job was Walgreens. And baby, that shit was ghetto. It was ghetto as fuck. And, I loved it as a first job. But then after a while, I was like, this is not the direction I want to go, guys. This is not the energy I really want to be in. And y'all giving me ghetto teas. So, just think of it as like, okay, this is the point where I just need to figure out what's working for me, keep it, and what's not working for me, let it go. Like, y'all really need to be very quick about just letting shit go. I don't know, sometimes it takes time. And sometimes we're used to like harboring onto things. Well, my cat said, we're used to harboring onto things that we feel comfort in, or we're used to. Okay, Ghost, I get it. I understand. But we're used to just really harboring onto things and not just really letting it go for our highest good. And I don't mean to sound so like whimsical, but I can't help it, I'm a Pisces. But on some real shit, you really just need to see things in a different light. Sometimes we just so stuck in our ways that we don't want to see. Catch those vocals, okay? That we don't want to see our own booyah. We don't want to see our shit. We don't want to see why we're the reason why things aren't working. Because you can't. The only person you can control is yourself. That's the only thing you can really control in life is yourself. That's it. That's the only person you truly can control. And you may not like to hear that. You probably don't want to hear that. But I'm here to tell you the truth. Like, I need to tell myself that I probably went too far out beyond my outline, but we gonna work with it. We gonna just see exactly like what I'm doing. I had this beautiful idea to go with purple, and I wanted to go out, and I was like, this is not working, but we gonna fix it. That's the energy you need to move in. That's the direction you need to move in. That's how you need to look at stuff in your life. Okay, this didn't work out the best way. How am I gonna fix it? And move on. That's all. Move on. Like, we be so stuck on stuff, and it's just like, okay. But yeah. And just to reiterate again, Aquarius people, they wish-washy. But that don't mean a bad thing. That just means they be moving. They just move where they need to go. You know, don't be wasting time. But if it's within your budget or your time frame, this would be a really great time to do any type of humanitarian work, whether it be just giving back, you know, just any type of thing where you're just helping people. You know, this would be a really great time to do that. If it's within your reason. If you just ain't really got time, then, you know, like if you got kids or a lover, family members, just, you know, help out with them. Go visit grandma, spend some time with her, you know, stuff like that. Just be in a helping mode. But yeah, so this is the time to focus on what you want to see in the future. So use this time wisely. The affirmation for today: I am willing to enter a direct relationship with the divine. Moving on, we're on to October 25th. Today, the moon illumination is at 70%. The moon is still in the waxing gibbous phase. Your focus today will be towards nurture, and you'll understand why in just after the brief messages from the divine. Okay, we'll be back. Bye. All right, so the moon is in transit from Aquarius to the lovely Pisces. Sorry, I'm a booster Pisces. All my Pisces out there. Hey. But anyways, so we're moving from the Aries sign, Aquarius, and then we're moving to Pisces, which is a mutable sign, and it is in the energy of water. So yesterday's energies and the energies we're talking about is Aquarius. They showed you how to be more flexible with your goals. They were like, all right, that's cute, but do you want a better job or not? Like, cause I gotta show the catch up in East Coast, and we all on the West Coast chilling with the goddamn whatever. But we got somewhere to be. Time is a ticking. But that's literally the energy that you kind of like experienced yesterday. And today we're moving into a little bit more slower pace. Hence why I said this is the time to focus on nurture, because this is the part where you're going to be nurturing your ideas, your manifestation, your intents, your dreams, your ideas, whatever you're working on. This is the time to really hone in like a mother and just be like, okay, baby, okay, all right. I ain't been paying no attention to you. I haven't been dedicating the time, but right now it's me. That's literally what you're gonna be doing. So if you're not a nurturing person, think of it like this: it ain't gonna come to pass, or it's not gonna come how you want it if you don't spend time with it. Simple. So And also Aquarius also shows you that life is not a box of roses, but they also taught you about moving forward. So they were like, okay, are you done crying or not? Because I understand that life sucks. You have anything else to add to what we already know, Captain Obvious? It's literally the energy that Aquarius kind of operates in. They're like, duh, because they're very intelligent people, very intelligent. They love higher knowledge. They love like really understanding the why, the mechanics to it. I have not met an Aquarius that is not just on a different level. Like they're just really thinking, like I said, outside the box. They think differently from everybody else. And they're very independent people. They're very, very independent. They like their freedom. They like their independence. They like their thoughts. They like, they like, they just like everything about them. Not in a self-centered way. That it's just how they operate. They're just like, all right, this is what we're gonna do, guys. But like me adding blue, and the only reason why I'm working with these colors, guys, because purple is Sagittarius, blue is Pisces. We're gonna get to Aquarius because they're aquamarine, and I got a special little treat for that one. Hopefully it works out. I don't know, but anyways, so but yeah, now that we're moving into the Piscean energy, Pisces is really gonna show you to slow your ass down, and then they're not gonna tell you to slow down. It's just gonna be a pace of like, and then you're just gonna be like, yeah. It's literally Pisces. We're like, yeah, whatever. Like we care deeply about a lot of things. We just like, yeah. We're like, whatever floats my boat. That's the direction I'm gonna go. Because we're water, you know, the water kind of just flows wherever it needs. Actually, this color combo is really coming out really well. It's really coming out really well. I like it. But yeah, water is gonna flow wherever it just is gonna go, and it's just gonna be it. It's gonna do what it's gonna do. You just have to accept it or not. But yeah. So, but yeah, this is the part where you're gonna start seeing if you've been doing the work. This is all contingent on if you've been doing the necessary work that's needed to see your manifestations. And let's just say, for fuck's sakes, you just started watching this video, you're just starting to get into like moon shit and all this spiritual shit, crystal stones and all that stuff. And you're like, oh no, it doesn't matter as long as you start. So, like I said, today, this is the time to nurture, you know. You didn't set a new moon intention, but think about things in your life that you are kind of working on, and you're like, all right, well, let me fine tune, let me pay attention more onto X, Y, and Z. Because, you know, people seem to think when they first start spirituality, first start doing stuff, they're like, oh, I didn't do it on this day, does it matter? No, because you're always working with the energy, whether you know it or not. And once you start taking an active part into it, and it's a very conscious thing that you're doing, then the things that you're thinking about and working on, it just comes quicker. Your manifestations come in a blink of an eye. The moment you think it, the moment you say it. And that's the direction that I want to help you get to. The moment you think it is already in there. So, so this is the part where you're just going to pay attention to what you've already been working on, whether you started with the new moon cycle or not, and just, you know, move forward. You're going to start seeing your manifestation start to manifest into this present reality. And this is the really crucial part. And I say that to say, this is the crucial part where you just really need to pay attention to the fine details that need to be completed. And if you don't pay attention to those fine details, then you risk coming out with an outcome that you really don't want. And we want to avoid that. So Tap into Pisces are they on a different level. They're not the absolute last sign. There's another sign past Pisces, but we're not gonna talk about them right now. But just tidbit, and we're not the last sign. But in Western astrology, we're pretty much the last sign. We encompass everything, and we really tap into the very intuitive, spiritual, whimsical, mysterious, mystique, psychic energy. So this is a prime time to really be. Sorry, my song game, man. But this is the time to really just take a step back and listen to your intuition. And okay, let's just say for pluckety pluck sakes, you don't even know what intuition is. You never really listen to it. You don't even know how to tap into it. A simple thing is just to listen to yourself, listen to your gut, listen to that first instinct. And let's just say for pluckety pluck, you have trust issues with trusting yourself. This is the time to just start trusting yourself. Just every day say, I know that I walk in my divine purpose. I know I make the right decisions for myself. I know I'm divinely protected. I know I'm divinely guided. I have divine assistance. When you start speaking those things into life, because those are affirmations or spells, however you want to see it, then the universe has no other choice but to allow that energy to come into existence, you know? Intuition is everybody has intuition. Everybody has the ability to be psychic. You just have to really tap into it, you know, and listen so you're able to make the correct decisions needed to fine tune and nurture what you got going on, like a mother or like a father, because fathers also have an intuition, a fatherly feeling about things. So do mothers. It's just mother's intuition, I guess, since the baby comes out of us in our womb. It's a stronger connection. But I think this is coming out nice. This combination between the signs is coming out really splendid, guys. So I say all that to say that you really just need to tap into that intuitive muscle in order for you to bring your manifestations to life. Because if you don't, then, you know, good luck with things working out this moon cycle. And I don't say that to say that it'll never work out, but, you know, maybe not this one. Maybe the next one, guys. Maybe the next one. I don't know how this brown gray is gonna work. I think I'm just leave it alone as is. But, you know, it may not just be in, you know, your best favor. Now, if you don't want that to happen, then get to work, guys. Tap into your intuitive muscle, that third eye, that crown chakra energy. And even your solar plexus, because that's that gut feeling. So, you know, listen to that energy that's talking to you at that present moment. Because if you don't, then, like I've been saying this whole video, you won't see what you won't come to pass. I like how they, but yeah, so basically you may not feel like things are working out. Okay, cool. Things don't work out in life, but you still need to just keep pushing forward. Just keep going with the flow. Now we're in this Pisces energy, this water-like feeling. They just go with the flow. We just go with what, not completely whatever, but we go with whatever that's in our soul, with it, that's within our heart. We listen to our intuition. We listen to what we want to do. We just do what we want to do when we want to do it. And we move when we need to move. So another thing, you can also look into working with your higher self, you know, tapping into that higher self energy and just, you know, And your higher self is nothing but the higher form. You have higher self and lower self. Right now, you really want to tap into the higher self, the one that's dealing in the cosmos, that's in heaven, that's in the astral plane, that's dealing with your ancestors. You want to listen to the motherfucker because he or she knows what they're talking about. This is how you know you get older. When your eyes just don't cooperate. Cooperate. I may be messing it up. And another thing, to help develop your intuition even better, work on your chi energy. Your chi energy is nothing but your life force, your soul, or in English translation of your soul. But one way is to drink water, drink more water, do exercise, dance, do meditations, working with crystals. Good crystals to work with would be amethyst, selenite, quartz crystal, or like a clear quartz crystal. And if it still don't work out, some things are beyond our understanding, beyond our grasp, beyond what we humanly can do. You just have to deal with it and move on. But don't quit. Move on, but don't quit.